All right, hello, hello, hello. Oh, that was weird. I did too soon. How's everyone doing today? Trying out a new system here. Just trying to get used to this. I apologize for any technical difficulties. That is totally on me. Trying to get things set up so that it's a little bit more, streamer professional, so to speak. So today I'm going to be working on doing some gray tone on this Captain America commission. Actually, a couple pages, hopefully. As always, I will be watching the chat. So, if you are in the chat, feel free to say hello. So I'm going to start things off by showing how I get prepped for ink wash. It's always good to have some paper towels handy for this work because it gets messy. I'm not the most, pardon me, I'll take this off. I'm not the most adept traditional illustration guy, so to speak, but I do what I can. I've done ink wash before to varying degrees of success. A couple of pieces that I've done I ended up really liking. It was an Alien/Jawa piece I did that was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. Let's see here. So, here's how I do things. I'm gonna place my paper towel here, and then, well, actually, let me just get this out of the way so I can show you. I use these little, I don't know what they're called. Got them at an art store. Got a bunch of them, and fill each of the little dollops with some water. And I'm going to take my Black Magic ink. Black Magic. Let's get this page out of the way while I do this, just to prep things. And I cut up some Bristol for some test paper, so I can get the tones right. And I'm going to start by just sort of putting a drop of ink in each one. We're going to mix these up. Some are light, some are dark. And we can start to test these. That one's pretty dark. This one's kind of light. This one's kind of dark. And I've got another one sitting by in case I want to change it. But I think these are good to start. I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one, and this one, just to give them, just so I know which ones are which. These are the dark ones. Okay, that's good to start. Move this back over. I'll keep this handy. I got a couple more pieces ready to go. And now, one second. Now comes the fun / terrifying part. I'm gonna have to, I haven't finished inking the top two panels. I'm doing these in bits and pieces, so bear with me, but I wanted to do some work on this one today. So, let me get this organized. Bigger one. And these are my brushes. I got various brushes here, different sizes, different shapes. And I think I'm just gonna jump right in here and hope for the best. Actually, maybe I should start off with a smaller brush. All right. Wish me luck. I may end up going over it again with a darker tone, but we'll see how this plays out. Hello, Sir George Ryland on Instagram. How you doing today? Thanks so much. Oh, thanks. I wish I had time to do more. I do love drawing Jawas. Although one of the commissions I'm working on currently has Jawas, but it's a lot of fun. If only somebody would pay me to draw Jawas all day long. It's very important that you make sure that the ink lines have fully dried on your piece before you do something like this. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a very disappointing day. Now it'll dry, and I'll be able to flatten it out a little bit more. Appreciate everybody joining me today. I moved my stream time from 1 p.m. Central to 2 p.m. I was finding that I was a little behind the eight ball, getting lunch for myself, my cats, and then getting prepped for a 1 p.m. show. So I'll be on at 2 p.m. Central from now on, for those who want to join me. Today I'm doing 2 shows. I had to take some days off from the stream to do a few things. Went to the Minnesota State Fair the other day. That was fun. Usually that's an annual outing for me and my wife, but we didn't get to go last year because I was laid up in the hospital for a month. Post-surgery, post-brain surgery, so we didn't get to go. So it was nice getting to go back. Thank you. Yeah, it was it's nice to know that I could survive something like that. Hey James, how you doing? All right. Probably gonna need to go over this with a little darker because it's not quite as dark as I wanted. But this is a good first step, just to see how dark it was going to get. Probably went on a little too light, just out of sort of fear that it would be too dark, because I haven't done ink wash in a while. Now I'm going to put this aside, let it dry. Sorry. It'll dry and look a little less splotchy. Let me do the same for this. Let's try to figure out where to put this. Give me 1 second. I gotta step away from my desk for 1 second. Sir George asked, did you know they use black backgrounds in designing the settings for Batman the Animated Series? Yes, I did. They used they painted on black paper for the Batman Animated Series. It's a great book. I think I have it out on my other shelf, or I just grab it and show you. Yeah, I don't see it. It's a book called Batman Animated. It's way out of print and hard to get. I was lucky enough to buy it in its first printing back in '99, I believe it was. Where they show that, they talk about that. It's really cool. All right, this one is just going to be. I'm going to add a little bit more ink. Just some more ink in here. I don't know the author. It's a really great book. It's an overview of the animated series from the get-go. It's got great pictures in there. Lots of behind-the-scenes stuff, production paintings, character turnarounds like that. I have. Where is it? I don't have it. Sorry, I was going to look at. I thought maybe I had it handy, but I don't. But like I said, it's way out of print. I think to get a copy of that book now would really cost you an arm and a leg. It's one of those books that I will never get rid of, never sell. Oops. I've sold lots of books to half-price books over the years just because I got tired of hauling them around. I love my library, but I moved 5 times in 4 years a ways back, and it just felt like I was hauling boxes of bricks around, and so I started to sell off my library to half-price books. But there are some books I will never sell, and that is one of them for sure. It's another. It's a series of I think they're magazine style books. I mean, they're like half book, half magazine. It's called American Masters. Is that what it's called? I wish I knew. Sorry, hold on one second. Oh, don't have that either. Dang it. Anyway, it's a series of like magazine style books that showcase different artists mostly from comics, but there's a Bruce Timm one that's really great. Highly recommend that too. But one of my favorite things about that Batman animated book is seeing the work of not just Bruce Timm, but other artists who worked on the show, like Darwin Cook, some of his storyboards and production illustrations, especially for an episode. I think it's called Legends of the Dark Knight, and it was like 3 stories in one, where these kids sit around telling stories of their encounter with Batman in Gotham City, and one of them looks a little bit like Carrie Kelly from The Dark Knight Returns, and she tells the story of basically the Batman's encounter with the mutants from Dark Knight Returns, and it's done in the animated style, not the Batman animated series style, I should say, not in the style that was used for the 2-part movie that came out later. which I wasn't crazy about. But Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite comics of all time, so it was really cool seeing that adapted for the animated series style. But Darwin Cook did a lot of work on that one, and you can see it in that book, and it's really great to see some of his work on that series, and know that he went on to make some amazing comics, you know. Sir George asks, is this comic you're doing going to be grungy, possibly thriller sort of stuff? No, this is a it's a 5-page commission that I'm doing for a collector who he hires artists to do comic pages of scenes from Captain America: The First Avenger, and he hired me to do one, and I chose the scene with Dr. Zola and the Colonel, played by Toby Jones and Tommy Lee Jones, respectively. And I didn't feel like I could do it justice by just doing one page. So I'm like, hey, what if I do the whole scene in 5 pages? So that's what this is. If you go to my YouTube, well, actually, you can see some of the work I've done for it on my Instagram. But if you go to my YouTube or Rumble page, you can watch video of me working on it over the last couple months. I've been chipping away at it little by little on these live streams, doing both the traditionally inked pages, as you see here, but also full color versions of the inked pages. So the collector's my commission client's gonna get 2 different versions of it, as all my commission clients do. They get a traditionally inked version and a digitally colored high-res version that they can print, because that's just how I do things. I really feel like my work isn't the best for like just being seen, you know, traditionally inked, and so I like to give my clients like a color version that to me feels like the real finished version. Time for some white paint there. Oh, there too. Dang it. Oh well. I can clean it up. I know this is the most exciting thing to watch on a live stream, but I promise my commission clients that I'll show their pieces being done on the show. So this is mostly for them. I'm going to be finishing up work on all of my commissions sometime soon, and I won't be taking commissions for a long time after that, probably, because I've got so much stuff to do comic book wise. Working on 2 different series right now. One has not been announced, but it's going to be launched, looks like January of 2025. In fact, I'm about to solicit. It's funny how solicitations for comics works these days. I'm going to be sending the solicitation material for the first trade paperback collected of the first 5 issues in today, before I even solicit the first issue. That's how far ahead the book world works. It's really funny how things work. And then I'll be sending in the solicitation for the first issue in a couple of weeks, I think, maybe a week from now. But so once I finish up the commission work, it'll mostly be comic stuff on my stream, although I might mix it up with different themed streams, just to show different things, different ways of doing things. Now what I want to do with this one, this page, is let it, after it dries, go in and I wanted to get a base down of sort of a, one tone. And then I might go in and do darker tones for certain bricks. Then some white paint and some touch-up work on the bricks to do like edging. I'm not sure if I'm going to be actually doing any tones on the characters for these pages. I haven't decided yet. It might make things a little bit too sort of muddy. You can see here. I'll show you. These are the 3 pages I've done. I don't know if you can see this or not. Make sure. For in Procreate, I've already colored 3 of the pages, and so this is what they look like. Like, this is what these 2 panels here look like colored. So a very different approach to the coloring. I wanted to be more like painterly backgrounds. Whereas for the actual line art, it's gonna look a little different, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna just finish up here with these top two panels. It's gonna dry. It's gonna look a lot lighter than it does right now. That's for sure. Monev42 asks, "Are you going to see Beetlejuice 2?" Oh, thank you, George. Appreciate it. Yeah, coloring is. I feel like I save my work in the coloring, so that's one reason why I offer the color version to my clients, because it's like, I want them to have something that I'm proud of. That sounds horrible, but it's really how I feel about my work. It's like, so when you order a commission from me, you get sort of a twofer. You get the original artwork, and then you get the digitally colored version that you can print out. It'll be high res, and you can print it out, and that sort of represents the way that I wanted it to look. If I could do it traditionally, I would, but it's just not my bag. Sorry to get back. Monev42 asks, "Are you going to see Beetlejuice 2?" Probably not. I love the first film. Came out, 88? I was 15 or 16 at the time. Great movie. Love it. No interest in a sequel. That said, if people that I trust are saying that it's wonderful and brilliant and all that good stuff, and that it's a good addition to the canon and not just a cheap cash grab follow-up or something that might taint the first one. I'll probably watch it on home video, but no, I'm not going to go see it in the theater. And I mean, is there even been a trailer for it? I don't know. I don't watch trailers anymore. They give away too much, so I've stopped watching them, and it's made movie going so much more fun because everything is fresh and new. So I haven't watched a trailer. I think there has been a trailer. What I will do though, I think when Beetlejuice 2 comes out, is rewatch Beetlejuice 1. I don't think I've watched it since the iTunes version was upgraded to the 4K version, so it might be nice to watch it again in 4K. I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, I love the original. It's a great movie. Probably a top 5 Tim Burton for me. Now let's get this done. For this panel, I might do some kind of tone. I'm not sure if I should though. I have to think about it. Maybe do some tests like in Procreate and see how it looks overall. If I do that, maybe just subtle shading on the central part of the image. I'm not sure yet. You can already see, well, maybe not. I see it in the video. It still looks really splotchy and dark, which is interesting, you know. But I could already see the tones in these two panels starting to sort of fade and dry and not look as splotchy right now. It really looks splotchy in the video in certain areas, as it doesn't to me in person. And I'm starting to see that I might not want to do shading on the characters. It might just be too much. I wanted a little bit of shading to make the characters pop a little bit, and I think the pages look better, giving a distinction between the foreground and the background. So we'll have to see what I want to do up here on this panel. I'm not sure yet though. But Jared, if you are watching this, if you're watching a replay of this, your commissions are getting closer and closer to be done. I know you've waited a while, but hopefully you'll like the finished product. When I look at the pages that I've already colored, I'm really happy with how they're turning out overall. So hopefully the same will be said of the inked pages, and I'm gonna have to clean up some of this stuff down here. I got some ink there, but that's what white gel pens are for. Mona42 says, go see the first trailer when you're done with your awesome paintbrush shading. So if you mean the trailer to Beetlejuice 2, like I said, I don't watch movie trailers anymore. They just give way too much away. I like going into movies totally fresh. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. I don't watch trailers or TV spots. I just don't like having things ruined. I want the first time I see amazing visuals for a film to be in context of the story and not in an ad. This has really made going to the movies better for me. I remember, sorry to get off on a tangent here, but I remember going to see Furiosa, which I loved, which might be in the current running for my favorite film of the year. I hadn't watched any trailers, so everything was just totally fresh. And then I was watching a football game after seeing the movie a couple weeks ago, or was it 3? I don't know how long ago. Anyway, I saw a TV spot, and I allowed myself to watch it because I'd already seen the movie. And I remember thinking, in that 30-second spot that I watched, there were like 3 things that could have been considered spoilers to me that would have ruined surprises. And it's just, I wish studios would make trailers that teased and didn't just give away the whole show. It's just unfortunate. Movies should be stories that surprise and delight in the moment, and not just be a reminder of what you saw in a TV spot. Hey, thanks, George. I appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. Good luck with your Warhammer model painting. I hope you get as much grunge in them as you want. Thank you so much. I think this is going to be a short show today. I just wanted to do some gray tones, some ink wash, get that done. I hope you guys at least learn a little bit about how I do things with ink wash. I never had to use. I'll get this out of the way here. Never had to use this one. Had a backup palette. I guess I don't know what they're called. Little palette thingies. But so just a reminder. That's what I use to do my ink wash. Fill them with water, then dab some ink into it. I use Black Magic ink, Higgins Black Magic ink. It's waterproof. It's pretty cool. And when you mix it with water at varying degrees, you can get some different tones. And I'll go over, like I said, for this page for sure. I'll go in with a darker ink. It's already starting to dry. And sort of individually paint different bricks to make them a little bit darker and give it a little bit of variation. And then maybe do some white gel pen along the top edge of the bricks to give a little highlight. But I'm not sure I want to do too much more to this page tone-wise. I might talk to my commission client and see what he thinks, but ultimately it's up to me to decide. So, all right, I'm going to be back later today at 7 p.m. I'll be working on another. I'll be working on another commission, and it's either going to be. Let's see. It's either going to be this. I forget which one it is. I apologize. It's either going to be more work on this Hellboy / Jawa piece, or more work on this Daredevil TMNT piece. I think this is the one I'm working on tonight because I think that my client can only watch at night. So I'm going to try to finish up the inks on this, and I might. If I do, I might be able to get it scanned and ready for coloring, so I might be working on some colors for this tonight, if I can finish it. But I might actually just scan it, sort of finish this up and then scan it as is, because the background's going to be done differently anyway, so we'll see. All right, so that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff on Instagram, X, YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook, where I stream to. And everybody have a great day. Talk to you soon.